So your true value comes from Christ. You see, people of the world, their value, women, think their value comes from their looks, their appearance, their body, how thin it is and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. Women want to be in shape. We want to be healthy. We want to look beautiful. But your value doesn't come from that. And my love, you are always beautiful, no matter what anyone says, if you're God's daughter. If everyone in the entire world saw no value in me and thought I was hideous, Jesus Christ would think I was beautifully made. And I'd be extremely valuable to him because he died for me to have me. So no matter what people think, I'm always very valuable and I'm always very beautiful. What are these women going to do when they age? When they become 80, I guess they're not valuable anymore because their body doesn't look like that anymore, or their face doesn't look like that. You see what Satan's done in entertainment and stuff? Made women feel real bad about themselves. Because if you don't look a certain way or your body's not a certain way, I guess you have no value. You see, and these women just, they think their worth is in being a stripper, being half naked. Because when women are half naked, guess what they get? Attention from men. And then they take that attention and they think that it's love. They feel loved. They feel like, I'm valuable. Men want me. Now, of course, a woman will want to be wanted by her husband. That's normal. I would want my husband to desire me. Just like I'm sure my husband would want me to desire him. But I don't want other men to desire me sexually, because that's sinful. And Jesus Christ thinks I'm beautiful, and he is my husband, and I'm valuable. Very sad what Satan has done. You know, if you look at women and how they used to dress in the late 1800s, especially women going to the beach, you would see women are more covered up. Now, women are like half naked on that beach. If you're a man and it's the summertime, I really would not advise you to go to the beach at the time where most people are around, because there's going to be half naked women hanging out at the beach. Now, if you're strong in spirit, if you get real strong in spirit, I believe if a man saw a woman, not that he's trying to look, if he saw her half naked on the beach, you know, in her bikini, if he's so strong in spirit, he would just look at her as in a godly way. There's been times I've been in the car with my dad and it was the summer and he'd be driving and there'd be a man, he'd have muscles, he'd be, running. And I would notice him and I would not feel any lust. But at the same time, if that man was there and I looked at him for like 5 minutes, the devil could try to start making me lust. And I shouldn't be looking at him for 5 minutes, half naked. But I mean, there's movies and stuff, and there's men who are good-looking men. I notice it. Men see me, they notice I'm a good-looking woman. That's not sin. But you see what I'm saying? If you're a man or a woman, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where there's just half-naked people everywhere. and if you have a problem with it. If you can see them and just be like, okay, they're half naked, and I saw them, but it's godly and whatever. Not looking, but But if you have a problem with it, I see how it's hard for men, especially in the summertime. Because what happened is the devil lied to women to make them think power is being half naked. And then women go out and they're half naked, and then what happens? Men fall because they see the woman half naked. You see the cycle? It's a vicious cycle. Now, I can watch things with women half naked, like music videos or whatever, with a good song, and it's fine because I don't lust after women, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think men can look at that stuff. There's a difference there. There's some movies I'll talk about God speaks to me through. There's some scenes in those movies that are not good for men to watch. Like Edward Scissorhands, there's a scene in there, and the woman is half naked. Now, she's not completely naked, but it's not good, so that's why I wrote in one of the videos, it's not really appropriate for men to watch. Yet God would speak to me through it in certain scenes. There's certain things on YouTube, of just Edward and Kim, and she's in the snow. Lust, a big one. I remember I was at church one time. There was this woman there with her husband. I was talking to them. Her husband wouldn't even look at me. He was like this. That's a godly man right there. He probably had lust problems. He couldn't even look at me. But you see, you got to get strong in spirit so you can look at another person that's good looking and not lust after them. Because that's not really good if you can't even look at a good looking person and then feel lust. You must get strong in spirit. I could see a good looking man and not lust after him. Even if he had his shirt off, I would just see him in a godly way. This is why women, our power is in modesty. You don't want to be going out there half naked. Now, my swimsuit that I own, it's like a tank top with it's kind of like a skirt. It's modest, but I don't even really go to the beach anymore. I don't even have friends to go to the beach with. All my friends are online, really. I don't really go to the beach. I go there and I eat with my dad at the beach. But I don't literally go there in my swimsuit. I'm not saying you can't go to the beach, but you know what I'm saying. In the past, women, what they would wear, they'd wear it in their underwear. It'd be like some kind of a layer. Then there'd be like another layer. There'd be a corset. There'd be like this hoop skirt. And women would go out and they'd wear these beautiful dresses with a hoop skirt and a parasol and the white gloves. Very classy. I like that. I like that time period. I feel like men really respected women in that time period. It was very much of like courting and marriage, no sex before marriage, and for Halloween one time, now if you're of God, you should not celebrate Halloween. It's of Satan. But when I was lost for Halloween when I was younger, do you know what I was? I was a Southern belle. God was having me think of that. Because I'm like a belle. We're like bells, right? No, I said we're like bells. There's a sister. She literally came to me. She said her fiance had a dream, and he was an evangelist, and he had a dream that he was carrying a big bell. That's from God. Confirmation, I would say, that we're like bells. We give off a nice sound, musical instrument to God. A bell. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if God invented that fashion for a woman. Because what did it make her look like with the big skirt, with the big hoop? It made her look like a belle. Southern belle. I had a skirt, I had a parasol, and I was in peach. I was like a peach Southern belle. Not saying that today I would like to wear that. That's a lot of clothes, but very classy. Then what happened? Throughout time, Satan came in there. Started lying to women. Pornography came around, pictures. And then the whole thing with Marilyn Monroe and the bust and over time, everything became more sexualized. And now there's literally women on stage on a stripper pole, and people think it's a good thing. And back then, the 1800s, if that was going on, when women, they'd be like, that's a whore there. I'm not trying to say that Jennifer Lopez is a whore, okay? I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just saying, if they saw a woman doing that half naked, that's people would think that. I mean, she's lost. I'm sure she's just deceived. I'm not calling her a whore, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, I like some of her music, but there's one song she has, and it looks like there's like an orgy happening. I was like, what the heck is that? And her daughter's around while she's on the pole. What's going on here? Legs wide open. That's humiliating. And all these men touching her. I wouldn't want any men touching me. Except for my husband. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? If women didn't take their clothes off, men wouldn't be having as much as a problem, too. Why do you think women do Playboy and they think it's power? They feel loved, they feel appreciated. They feel attractive if they do it. Valuable. But that's lies from Satan. Woman's value comes from Christ, from your Maker. And God doesn't want us to be showing off our bodies. The only man that's going to ever see my body is my husband. That's how it should be. Women are a gift. Virtuous women are a crown. But women who are seductive, it's like a jewel in the snout of a pig. It's like rolling in the mud for a woman. You know, there's this one movie. It's called Trainwreck with Amy Schumer or something. It's about this woman. She just sleeps around with everyone. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I saw some of the trailer a long time ago. And I was like, no. Why? That woman, she goes on stage and she tries to be funny and she talks about sex. No. No, I do talk about sex, but in a godly manner. There's this movie. See, when I talk about movies, I'm not telling people to go watch these movies. I don't want to be responsible for men lusting by watching movies. It's not my fault that they put bad things in the movies. God just speaks to me through certain things, and as a woman, I can watch it. But some of these movies, I'll tell you right off, God's not speaking to me through, like Trainwreck or whatever. But He'll have me use it for an example. There's another movie. I saw it when I was lost. This movie is such an abomination. It's called Bridesmaids. You know those movies where men are around doing all this gross stuff and partying, and they made a movie very similar to that, but with women. It's called Bridesmaids. In the beginning of the movie, it's like they're fornicating, the main woman and the man. And then he like tells her to get out or something, and I was like, this is when I was lost. I wouldn't watch that now. And it's all about women. From my memory, they're just doing gross stuff together and very disgraceful to women, that sort of thing. See, women think that's power. I want to be like a man. Women have a role. We have power, but it's within the confines of what God allows. Women do not rule the world. God does. It's patriarchal. My husband would be in charge. See, there's women and they're like, no, I'm in charge of my marriage. I wear the pants. That's against God. That if for a woman to wear the pants in the relationship. Christ is in charge of me. There's this show, it's called Bridezillas. Women just acting crazy, totally disrespecting men. Women, I'll tell you right now, you know the way to a man's heart? Usually, if he's for you, is through respect. I'm telling you, men need respect like they need oxygen. And if you are not respecting him, he's not going to want to love you. That's how it is. That's how it works. And if the man's not loving the woman, she's not going to want to respect him. Do you see the cycle? Now, when people get married, do you know what I think the devil does here? Tries to make the woman not respect her husband, tries to make the husband disrespect his wife and not love her. So that both of them can have some problems there. If you're of God, the devil's going to try to attack your marriage. I respect my brothers. I do. And I will respect my husband. And he will be my head. But women have power in the body. We have the ability to speak, ladies. Christ is well pleased with it. He wanted to put me here. He showed me, he put me here out of his love for me. Put me in a high position to lead women and to teach women and to help my brothers grow. I'm kind of like a little gardener. I water my brethren. So women have power. Know your value comes from Christ, not from men lusting after you. Your beauty comes from Christ and the beauty of your heart if you're a woman. Your works will adorn you. It comes from modesty. It comes from virtue. You know, women that do pornography, I believe they do it for money, but they're very deceived. They probably think that they're being, they want to be seen as attractive. Having men lust after a woman is not love. It's just men wanting to use you for sex. It's not love. See, people, it's not respect. Women misunderstand that. And they go off in their half-naked figures thinking, I'm the hottest thing ever. All men want me. Well, they might want to have sex with you, but it's not love. Jesus Christ truly loves you, and I'm sure your husband will truly love you. Protect yourself from ungodly men. Women have the power to speak, just like Mary Magdalene did. All right, I love you guys. Bye.